After a failed attempt to bug Mr. House's network for the followers of the apocalypse, we once again put the New Vegas trip behind us as we return to the task of securing the platinum chip and making sure we have what we need when the time comes to decide what to do with New Vegas. First stop was H&H Tools to get a Lucky 38 VIP keycard that will surely come in handy. Then it was time to finally make our way to meet with Caesar after what seems like ages of hearing of his crimes against the Mojave. In his fort we found Benny tied up, his fate in our hands. But before we could do anything with him, Caesar had a task for us. He'd given us the platinum chip, and we would in turn sabotage whatever weapons Mr. House has in the bunker beneath the fort that the chip unlocks. Before going down to the bunker, we had another chat with Benny, who told us his plans for New Vegas, imploring us one last time to follow his plan, whether we kill him or not. Happy to take the chip from Caesar, we made our way to the bunker, and since we've never had any intention of siding with Caesar, we did as both Benny and Mr. House wanted, and upgraded the Securitrons. We had one final chat with Caesar where we fed him a little lie about doing what he asked, and then put a bullet in Benny just like he tried to do to us. Now we return to Caesar to let him know we've dealt with Benny and see if we can't find out a bit more about the Legion.
I'm sure you found Benny's demise pleasing. The destruction of an enemy? There are few things more satisfying. Let's press on, shall we? As I was telling you before, I want Mr. House out of the picture. You have an interest in his death, too. If he knows that you destroyed his gadgets beneath the fort, he will strike back. You know where to find him. How he dies, I leave up to you.
Okay, let's see. What is that machine in your tent?
It's called an autodoc. As the name suggests, it's an automated physician, more or less. He can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
Okay, I have some questions to ask you.
What did you want to know?
Are your bodyguards special in any way?
My Praetorians embody the martial ideals of my legion. Each one of them has done enough conquering and killing to deserve the rank of Centurion. Instead, I invited them to join my guard. So the invitee chooses whichever current guard he thinks is weakest and challenges him. The fight is to the death. It keeps them from getting complacent.
Okay, and how long has Lucius, whatever, been the lead of your Praetorians?
Lucius has been the head of my guard for 5 years now. He was a subordinate guard for 8 before that. No invitee has dared to challenge him yet. Maybe it's an issue of respect. He is getting on in years.
And, okay, let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about Volpes Inculta, which we met before.
Is the best of my frumentari. A remarkable individual from an unremarkable tribe south of the Utah. He was brought into the Legion as a boy. Survived training. Fought well enough as a legionary to be promoted to the rank of decanus. Then in battle against an unimportant tribe, he broke ranks and led his contubernium through a hole in their defenses to capture its chieftain. Well, his Centurion wanted him crucified for disobedience, so I made him a frumentari.
What do frumentari do?
Whatever I require. Infiltration, assassination, dramatic atrocities to break the spirit of the enemy, etc. They're mentally flexible. They operate behind enemy lines for extended periods, imitating the enemy's customs without becoming sullied. In all these things, Vulpes is a master.
Okay, and let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
I heard rumors of your legate, Lanius. What's his story? I haven't heard any rumors, but, I guess I have.
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
And what happened when Linnaeus attacked his own tribe?
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe. I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
He sounds more like a savage than a general.
The Neus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio.
What's decimatio?
It means decimation. But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
Linnaeus will lead the assault on Hoover Dam?
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
Okay, why did the legion lose the first battle?
It's not going to happen again. That's all I have to say about it.
I've heard the commander of the first battle called the Burned Man.
And I've heard it's a bad idea to tempt the wrath of Caesar. Change the subject.
Okay, and something else?
What else?
I think that
do
was
you want
maybe
to
it?
know?
Or no? Oh, no, there's a lot of things. Ooh, I want all of this. Okay, we've asked about the machine in the tent, but how did you capture Benny?
I'll hand it to that piece of shit. He was determined. He used some kind of old-world stealth device to get across the river in a Legion boat. Seems the device ran out of juice once he got here, but he was dressed like a legionary. He was caught just outside the weather station. See, thing is, he didn't change his hairstyle. To go to all that effort and fail because you're too vain to mush your hair.
What happened after Benny was caught?
He was brought before me along with the platinum chip. That's how I knew he wasn't some kind of profligate infiltrator. Benny tried to sell me a story, but Lucius has a way of coaxing the truth out of captives. Everything just comes spilling out.
Okay.
What else did you want to know?
What do you think of the NCR?
Do you want my opinion as a former citizen or future conqueror? Actually, my opinion's the same either way. As a young man, I was taught to venerate President Tandy of Shady Sands, the founding mother of the new California Republic. Did you know her presidency lasted 52 years? And that her father, Aradesh, was the Republic's first president? Does that sound like a democracy to you? Or a hereditary dictatorship?
President Tandy was voted into office each time.
Because the council didn't dare oppose her. She was too popular. She had the people's love. So things ran smoothly, more or less. And as soon as she was gone, as soon as there really could be democracy, what happened then? Ever since losing its queen, the NCR has been weaker, more diffuse. Democracy has been its weakness, not its strength.
How was the NCR weak?
Greed runs rampant. The government is corrupt, accepting bribes from Brahmin barons and landowners to the detriment of citizens. The NCR is a loose conglomerate of individuals looking out for themselves. It's lost virtue. No one cares about the collective, the greater good. It's not built to last. I'm just hastening the inevitable.
Surely the NCR is a powerful foe.
Of course. The most powerful my legion has faced. Also the first to which I am ideologically opposed. Until now, Every tribe I've conquered has been so backwards and stunted, enslavement has been a gift bestowed upon them. My conquest of the Mojave will be a glorious triumph, marking the transition of the Legion from a basically nomadic tribe to a genuine empire. Just as my namesake campaigned in Gaul before he crossed the Rubicon, so have I campaigned and will cross the Colorado.
Okay, something else?
What else did you want to know?
What do you know about Mr. House?
I know he's a coward, hiding behind an army of robots ensconced in that tower of his like a wizard in one of those Grognak comic books. Some say he's a man, others a machine. I don't care. He's in the way.
Something else?
What else did you want to know?
You know, this is just curious because he said something about the wizard, and I have heard that I have seen that there are a lot of references in the game that I've missed to the Wizard of Oz, and like Dorothy were on this, trip. Anyway, so I think that's the first one I've actually noticed and have paid attention to, but I do know that there's like a bunch basically, which I think is kind of fun. But anyway. What role will regional powers play in the conflict?
I've analyzed the region's tribe to determine how they might be useful. I may tell you more at a later time, if it suits me.
Okay.
What else did you want to know?
How did you rise to power?
Ironically, I was born a profligate myself, a citizen of the NCR. My family lived not far from the Great Boneyard. After raiders killed my father, my mother sought the followers' protection. I was 2 years old. She found work at their library, cooking and cleaning. I learned how to read, and soon I was taking courses, free of charge.
You were a follower of the apocalypse?
Oh yes, raised in that tradition. And the teaching stuck. I was taught it was my responsibility to bring the torch of knowledge to the waste. I may have taken the torch part more literally than they intended.
What changed you from a follower to a dictator?
When I was 20, the followers sent me east to Grand Canyon. It was my first expedition. Just me and a physician named Calhoun. As an anthropologist and linguist, my assignment was to learn the dialects of the Grand Canyon tribes. What a fucking waste of time.
Why would learning dialects be a waste of time?
If you think it's worthwhile to make smart people learn how to talk like backward savages, you're a follower of the apocalypse, or an idiot. Anyway, we met up with a Mormon missionary who already knew a bunch of dialects, Joshua Graham. He was supposed to teach me, but before that went too far, the Blackfoot tribe captured us to hold us for ransom. They were a backward bunch, but the real problem was they didn't know how to fight.
What was wrong with the Blackfoots?
The Blackfoot were at war with 7 other tribes, each just as pissant as they were. But outnumbered like that, they weren't going to last long. It's one thing to be taken hostage, another to be lashed to a sinking ship. So over Calhoun's objections, I decided to take certain steps.
What steps did you take?
I taught them how to use the guns they already had, how to strip and clean them, how to breathe when pulling a trigger, how to reload ammunition. They looked at me like I was some kind of a sorcerer. So I taught them how to make explosives and started drilling them on small unit tactics. If there's anything I learned as a follower of the apocalypse, it's that there's a lot of good information in old books.
Okay, what happened after you trained the Blackfoot?
Divide et impera, divide and conquer. I led the Blackfoot against the Ridgers, their weakest enemy. When they refused to surrender, I ordered every man, woman, and child killed. When next we surrounded the Kaibabs, and they likewise refused, I took one of their envoys to the Ridgers' village and showed him the corpse piles. This was new for the tribes, you see. They played at war, raiding each other, a little rape and pillage here, a little ransoming there. I showed them total warfare. Like I said, there's a lot you can learn from old books.
And what happened to the tribes?
Kaibabs joined me, and the Fredonians after that. All the pissant tribes with names that should be forgotten. I knew from the start, I'd need to eradicate this plague of tribal identities, replacing them with a monolithic culture, a uniform identity. So that's what I did once my confederation of tribes was large enough. I crowned myself Caesar and created a single great tribe, my legion. I sent Calhoun, the follower captured with me, back west with a message that I should not be interfered with. Joshua Graham, the Mormon interpreter, stayed with me and served as my first legatus.
And since forming the Legion, all you've done is conquer other tribes?
That's right. Decades of warfare, absorbing lesser tribes, gathering power, forging the dross into a vast, razor-sharp scythe. My Legion's expansion has never ceased. Much of the Utah and Colorado and all of Arizona and New Mexico are mine. We have cities of our own, but nothing compared to Vegas. Finally, my Legion will have its Rome.
Okay, I think there wasn't too many things left.
What else did you want to know?
But let's see. Yeah, so I think we already asked this, though, right?
It's called an autodoc. As the name, you can treat broken bones, cuts, punctures, scrapes. Sometimes I bestow its use upon someone I favor. Makes for a powerful gift in a culture that forbids painkillers and is largely ignorant of medical science.
Okay, I have some questions for you.
What else did you want to know?
Why is Caesar's Legion so strange?
I used Imperial Rome as the model for my Legion precisely because it was so foreign, so alien. I'd seen what had become of the NCR's attempts to emulate the culture of pre-war America. The infighting, the corruption. Rome was a highly militarized autocracy that effectively integrated the foreign cultures it conquered. It dedicated its citizens to something higher than themselves, to the idea of Rome itself. In Rome, I found a template for a society equal to the challenges of the post-apocalyptic world, a society that could and would survive, a society that could prevent mankind from fracturing and destroying itself in this new world by establishing a new Pax Romana.
What does Pax Romana mean?
It means a nationalist, imperialist, totalitarian, homogenous culture that obliterates the identity of every group it conquers. Long-term stability at all costs. The individual has no value beyond his utility to the state, whether as an instrument of war or production.
So you'll destroy the NCR because you hate its inefficiencies?
No. I'll destroy it because it's inevitable that it be destroyed. It's Hegelian dialectics, not personal animosity.
And that is what?
How do I put this basically enough? It's a philosophical theory, the kind you might encounter if you took time to read some books. The fundamental premise is to envision history as a sequence of dialectical conflicts. Each dialectic begins with a proposition, a thesis, which inherently contains or creates its opposite, an antithesis. Thesis and antithesis. The conflict is inevitable, but the resolution of the conflict yields something new, a synthesis, eliminating the flaws in each, leaving behind common elements and ideas.
So what's dialectic about you and the NCR?
The bombs wiped the slate clean. Human civilization descended to a level of ignorance that effectively set our cultural progress back to zero. The NCR has all the problems of the ancient Roman Republic. Extreme bureaucracy, corruption, extensive senatorial infighting. Just as with the ancient Republic, it is natural that a military force should conquer and transform the NCR into a military dictatorship. Thesis and antithesis. The Colorado River is my Rubicon. The NCR Council will be eradicated. But the new synthesis will change the Legion as well. From a basically nomadic army to a standing military force that protects its citizens and the power of its dictator.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
I think that was it. Yeah, so that's enough questions.
What else then?
Goodbye.
Complete your mission, then return to me.
Okay, so let's go collect our fellows and get out of here, basically. So let's find the bunker. Should be over here somewhere. Oh. Stupid scorpions. Okay, but now I've got to go turn around again. Let's keep going. I hate the stupid storm thing. I can't see anything. Okay, so let's head on in and see what we come up with. Oh,
There you are. A few of us wanted to thank you for being such a good friend to the Brotherhood, so we've set aside some of our recycled energy cells. We'll leave a few of them in that footlocker in the corner every so often. The Paladins scoff at using recycled ammo, so no one should mind.
okay. Cool, that's fine. Whatever. Let's go further in, and we'll go talk to the Elder. Okay, so here we are with the Elder. It's not letting me talk to him, though. Maybe she'll talk to him?
Hello, Veronica. How goes your mission?
We'll know in a second. I wanted to talk to you.
Veronica, tell me this isn't about...
Yes, goddammit, it is. But you're gonna hear me out this time.
We've been through this.
The things I've seen now, other groups succeeding where we fail, it's not too late for us.
We've outlasted the end of the world. We'll outlast these upstarts.
Waiting in a hole for everyone else to die.
If we must.
This is a dead end for us.
I see no evidence of that. Nor do I see anyone out there with a solution to our problems.
How could you? You're too scared to look. Let's go. We're wasting our time.
Okay, so that didn't really go well for her. But, can we talk to her?
What's up?
I have questions I wanted to ask you.
He was dead when I got there.
Tell me about the Brotherhood of Steel.
It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know?
What's their purpose?
Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission.
And how did you get to be a member?
More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it. No, actually, you're born into it. My
Which
parents,
is funny.
their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair.
And do you like being a member?
I know sometimes I sound like I don't. I know. But there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people. Even if it's from themselves. It's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Treat all our practices with the same sacredness.
And what's the Codex?
Ah, the Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder... Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms.
Okay, and does the Brotherhood protect people from raiders or other threats?
No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously.
So that's okay. So this is like kind of a running theme with, you know, I watched the show first before I played any of the games, obviously. If I haven't said that already. Anyway, but like Caesar said the same thing, and the Brotherhood is saying the same thing, and it talks about it in the show a lot. That like that's what Vault-Tec was up to. Essentially, it was trying to make this like monoculture of like building the world up from scratch to be exactly what you want it to be. And they each have their own, you know, different ideas of what that should be. I think the NCR is, you know, mostly okay with diversity in that sense of things, as opposed to some of the other groups. But the NCR method of things was kind of basically what what the world had done in the first place. And that didn't really go so well for everybody. So, I can not like I can say that they're doing things the right way necessarily, but a better way than others. I don't know. It's complicated, I'll give it that. But anyway, who is Father Elijah?
He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east.
Okay, and let's keep moving, I guess.
Let's.
So anyway, her talking with the elder here did not really do anything well for
I'd
her.
slap him around, but he stood at my parents' wedding. Plus, he used to make excuses to get me out of my punishment when I'd slept through head scribe Taggart's lectures. Figure I owe him for that. He means well.
Okay. So this is about her little conversation with him. She wants them to branch out a little bit more and stop being so isolationist before they kind of, inevitably just cease to exist. So good intentions don't justify marching the Brotherhood to its death.
No, but it does make it easier to forgive him. He's just misguided. It's not too late to change his mind.
You think the elder will listen at all?
He's a stubborn old man, but when it comes down to it, he's got our best interests at heart. If he sees some indisputable sign we're on the wrong course, he won't ignore it.
So, what is it you're trying to accomplish?
That's my question to the Elder. All these years, the Brotherhood has collected weapons technology. And for what? To keep it out of people's hands? That clearly hasn't worked. To defend ourselves? We can't compete with the NCR's numbers, or the Legion's. We're fighting a war for a lost cause. If we're gonna survive, we have to find a role in society, attract new members.
And how would you propose to do that?
Look at the followers of the Apocalypse. They use their expertise to improve people's lives. They train them to be self-sufficient. That expertise cultivates respect and gratitude, spreads their ideals, draws talent to their cause. They make friends like we make enemies. But they don't know a fraction of what we know. If we took on their role, we could stand up to anyone. We wouldn't have to hide.
And what could we bring him that would change his mind?
I don't know. We need something that shows the Brotherhood will fail, or that it can do better a different way. The only thing that gets his attention is technology. Maybe Father Elijah had the right idea.
Father Elijah?
Our elder before McNamara. He had a nose for recovering lost technology. He'd send scribes out into the desert, chasing whatever leads he found. There were a few he only trusted me with. I can think of at least one that'd prove my point, if it still exists. There's a comm terminal not too far from here I'd use to access messages from him. If we go there, I can pull up his research on it.
Okay, let's head out.
I'm with you. Being around here isn't the same anymore.
Okay, so let's go. This is interesting. I wonder how we can get the other stuff, the other companion quests.
What is this? Veronica brings an outsider into our home, then has a private audience with the Elder? The two of you may have the Elder fooled, but we know better. Veronica has always twisted the Founder's principles to her own ends. We will not stand idly by and allow her to corrupt our Elder's thinking.
Okay, interesting.
Sorry about that.
Oops, I feel like I cut off her dialogue there, but, I was like, where am I going? Yeah, no, this is right? Let's see. Quests, and, yep, access Father Elijah's notes at the comm terminal with Veronica and return with Veronica to the Brotherhood of Steel with evidence of the Brotherhood's misguided priorities. Okay, so let's head over to, Helios 1. We'll fast travel there, and then go to this comm station. And then I would like to eventually pick up Boone again and maybe try to see if we go back to Bitter Springs, which we discovered when we were doing the Boomers quests. We walked past it to get to Lake Mead. I wonder if we do that, if we can get his things to pop and get his companion quest and do something with him. I know that he hates the Legion, and basically all I know. He's pretty cagey. He won't really tell us much. But let's go into Gibson's shack here and activate the comp station terminal. Okay, download research notes. And downloading completed.
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology.
Okay, so what's a pulse gun?
Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun.
And the rangefinder?
It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip.
And then farming technology?
More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course.
Okay, the rangefinder might be a problem. I reactivated Helios 1, and it's not powering a weapon.
Ah, hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, 2 other options still on the table.
I don't really like the idea of a pulse gun, because I don't really want them to have more weapons. But, we should go after the vegetation technology.
Okay, what better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran.
Okay, let's see what this says. Maybe the pulse gun would be a smarter move?
Yeah, maybe they'll think twice about engaging the NCR if they know one of those could be floating around. The notes say to look around Nellis Air Force Base. He suggests going through filing cabinets and computers in the commanding officer's quarters.
Okay, let's go find it.
I like the way you think.
Okay, so let's get out of here and check our quests on that one. So it says, bring data back to the Elder at Hidden Valley. Look for information about the pulse gun at Nellis Air Force Base. And return with Veronica to the Brotherhood of Steel with Elder with evidence of the Brotherhood's misguided priorities. Let's see. Wait a second. Let's talk to her again, see if we can talk about the farming technology.
What's up?
I have questions I wanted to ask you.
This better not be about the meaning of life.
Can you tell me anything about this platinum chip? You know what? We know all of this stuff. I'm not really worried about asking that. I guess let's...
Darn it.
I guess we lost the option there for the,
See you around.
For the pulse gun. Or we lost the opportunity. Well, not lost it, but I'm sure we can get it back at some point. But we'll go figure out the pulse gun thing. So let's go to the world map. What are we looking for here? Completed. Look for information about the pulse gun at Nellis Air Force Base. Recover the pulse gun from Vault 34 if it still exists. Okay, interesting. Let's open this. We lost a little karma there. I hate that, like, I mean, she was in the building, so to be fair. Anyway, we can go back to Vault 34. We have been there before. I don't know. I wonder where the pulse gun is. We've been inside it. Oh, God. So, and we also have that rebreather thing, so if it is underwater, we now have a way to get in there. But we will go ahead and put on our radiation suit. And we have tons of right-of-way and everything in here, so I'm not really concerned about the radiation. Okay, so let's go down here, because this is one of those water areas. So, items, rebreather. I don't know why I had to take our whole outfit off, but that's okay. Can we go this way? What does it do? Open locker? Take the bottle caps. Doesn't look like obviously we can get into that door, huh? Yeah, okay. So let's go in here. Ooh, what's this? Search Vault Technician. Vault 34 security terminal password. Okay. Nice. I'm not really sure where that'll go to, but open the desk. Nothing. What else do we got in here? Empty. Oh, we got a locker here. Don't need cigarettes. Oh, that's empty. Okay, and it looks like that is it then. That's the armory utility. So we have a utility password. So let's go ahead in here and activate terminal. Warning, flooding. The system has detected flooding on the 3rd floor. All doors to the 3rd floor have been automatically sealed. Warning, reactor. The system has detected moderate damage to the reactor. Please be advised of high radiation levels on the 4th floor. Log. We attacked the armory, blah, blah, blah. Okay. We know that these people are the boomers. Anyway, system, activate pump station. Clearance granted, activating pump station. Nice. Cool. Okay. So, that was utility. And the other one that we have is miscellaneous. What do we got here? We got utility and we got security. Okay, I think maybe we do want to go wherever this goes. Open door to security station A. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, so we are getting somewhere here. We have tons of radiation sickness, though, so why don't we actually go ahead and do another one of those. So let's get in here. There must be a terminal or something in here. Something to use in here. And hopefully a key to the overseer's office or something, I guess, right? Open desk. Bottle caps. Overseer's journal fragment. Here another... They'll take care of it. Oops. There they go. They got him. Okay, so let's activate the terminal. Okay. Welcome user, warning, flooding, warning, reactor. Same stuff, right? Yeah. Okay, log. We attack the armory. We already read that. System, disengage lock to overseer. Clearance granted, unlocking. Perfect. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So, yikes. Okay, let's just keep going. Back into the overseer's office. Terminal, or whatever. Wherever the fuck we're trying to go. In here. Let's take care of the turret. Veronica, can you get the hell out of the way? You guys are killing me. Everybody get out of my way. Okay. So, what is going on in here? Let's get the overseer. Let's pickpocket him. Overseer's password. Tell me to move around. Nice. Okay, there's obviously something crazy down there. But let's go check out this terminal. Goodness. Okay. Overseer's journal. Oh, we found a journal fragment too somewhere. Where did we find that? Jesus, this is all just nonsense, isn't it? Necessary for the survival of this vault that we set limits on the growth of our population. Sealed the door and posted guards since the riots began. Fight like dogs. Rebels attacked the armory. Unsuccessful. Technicians informed me the reactor was damaged during the assault on the armory control center. The fighting, blah, 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 who remain. Repair the damage. Unsuccessful. Necessary for the survival of this vault that we set. Is that the same thing? Many have died. Skin, pin leg, losing their minds, attacking the healthy group, fled the southern section of the vault, sealed the halls behind them. Hopes of escaping the fate of the rest of us. Oh yeah, the data was corrupted on that one. That's right. Okay, system. Open armory door. Back. Okay.
I'm gonna need some new limbs.
Okay, what is down here? Is this the... What's this? Well, nothing, I guess. Okay, where are we going? Oh, also, let's see, because we did pick this up, but I don't know. Did we die, and now I lost it, or is it still here? Overseer's journal fragment. Page 66. Riots began soon after, during the peak of the violence. The group calling for free access to the armory stormed the vault's exit and left. The door was sealed after them, and additional guards were stationed at the exit. This proved to be a grave mistake. With the additional guards at the exit, there were fewer to patrol the halls. None of them were prepared for the group that ambushed the armory. The guards were able to defend their position, but not before the damage was done. During the fight, one of the reactor cooling vents was damaged. Okay, so... Interesting. What do we got going on in here? Can we go into that? I still have my rebreather on, right? Yeah. Oh, there's nothing in there. Just like a little useless step. Okay, what's this though? Activate terminal. SOS. If there's anyone still alive out there, we need help. Someone planted... Someone planted a bomb in the pool. When the lower level flooded, all the doors were automatically sealed. My family and a few others are trapped behind these doors. If someone could transfer control to the backup terminal, I could get us all out. Please help us. Log. Yeah, that's the same. Open reactor door, close exterior vents, reroute vault control. Whoa, wait a second. Reroute vault control. Hold on. Let's close this out, because we popped up a couple things on that quest. I still don't even know where, how to get to the armory. We tried to get to the armory, and nothing happened. Okay. So what is it? What is it called again? Oh, Hard Luck Blues. Optional, save Vault 31's trapped dwellers by leaving its reactor intact, dooming the sharecropper farms. Shut down Vault 34's reactor to help the sharecropper farms. I think I want to save the residents of Vault 34. So let's go ahead and reroute Vault control. This action will transfer all Vault controls to another terminal. This action cannot be undone. As part of safety protocol, this action has been locked out from this terminal. Using the master override terminal located in the reactor room will bypass all safety features. Okay. Close exterior vents. Oh, I guess we have to go to the reactor door. No matter what. I don't even know where that is. Let's grab the first aid box, though. Super stim pack, Radaway, doctor's bag. Oh, there's a door right here. Totally missed that. Okay. Oh, God, what the heck? What was that? I don't know. I'm getting real sick down here, though. Okay, so activate terminal. Okay. Seal external ventilation, reroute control of the vault. Okay. You completed Hard Luck Blues. And I think I saved the vault people, right? Is this? No, I can't open that. Now I'm stuck in here again. Okay. But what did I do? What did I do? Optional, save 30 vaults, trap dwellers by leaving its reactor intact, dooming the sharecropper farms. Yeah, it's okay, though. I think I'm okay with that. Armory. Okay, let's keep going. And so we have equipment room. We have a door here. Oh, this must be it. Okay, so what do we got? Oh yeah, nice. Oh, we found the pulse gun.
Huh.
Right? Wasn't that it?
Figured it'd have more buttons and dials and stuff, you know? Oh well. It's still the electronic equivalent of a disease from Gamora.
Bring the pulse gun back to the Elder at Hidden Valley. Okay, so we'll give that a shot. Okay, we finally can get out of here. So we'll do that. Find our way back up the stairs and out of this place. Okay, so let's go and see what she'll have to say with the Elder. Hopefully she'll just talk to him for us. She gets here.
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But
We keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
Okay, so I guess, you know what? I think the thing is that Vault 22 is what held the secret to the farming thing. So we already did that, and we didn't really need to do any of what we've just done.
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen?
There was never any chance. His mind was made up from the start.
I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it?
So where does that leave you?
I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
Okay, let's see. Leaving now is your only shot at a future.
There's no getting around that, is there? What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not gonna like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. I guess it's settled then. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this. And some fresh air would do me some good, right about now. See you around.
Okay. So I guess maybe she's gonna go work with the followers of the apocalypse. Good. I'm glad that they didn't do anything with the pulse gun, because I don't really want them to have that. But I did kind of want to just do the quest. But it seems like it was pretty unnecessary, and I might honestly just cut it out of here, because it took a while. And it literally did nothing. So, let's just get the hell out of the bunker. Despite ours and Veronica's best efforts to get the Brotherhood to part with some of its more antiquated ideas and let go of its isolationism in an effort to preserve their numbers and become self-sufficient, her pleas fell on deaf ears. Maybe she'll find a new home among the followers of the apocalypse, which is where we'll take her in next episode as we check in on the followers since it's been a while. To keep up with the rest of the story, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications to follow along as we approach the endgame and decide the fate of New Vegas. Until next time, I'm Brian Pickle. Thanks for watching.